You'd think choosing a TV stand would be easy, right? But if you get it wrong, it can make your entire living room feel, well, just a little bit off. So we've pulled together more than a decade of furniture industry know-how into this quick guide. We're going to help you make a choice you'll be happy with for years to come. Let's get right into it. So, there it is, that brand new, gorgeous TV fresh out of the box. But now for the hard part. What do you put it on? And trust me, this is a bigger deal than you might think. It's not just about style. It's about keeping your expensive electronics safe and making sure everything works the way it's supposed to. Okay, first things first, let's talk style. Because finding the right piece is about so much more than just what looks good in a picture online. It's about finding something that actually fits your home, your life, and your needs. And let's be real, you start looking around and you're hit with all this jargon. Media console, entertainment center, credenza. What's the difference? It can feel pretty overwhelming, but don't worry. We're going to cut through all that noise and break down what you actually need to know. This right here is the classic. It's probably what you picture when you think TV stand. The media console is the workhorse of the living room, designed specifically to hold your TV and all this stuff that goes with it. Your cable box, your soundbar, your gaming system. The good ones will have things like adjustable shelves and, this is crucial, built-in spots to manage all those messy cables. Now, these fireplace units have gotten so popular, and it's easy to see why. You get the function of a TV stand, but with this incredibly cozy vibe. And it's not just for show. Most of these can actually put out enough heat to warm up a pretty decent-sized room, maybe 400 to 500 square feet. It's perfect for just taking the chill out of the air. If you're going for that super clean, minimalist look, you really can't beat a floating stand. It gets everything up off the floor and just looks so modern. But, and this is a big but, please be careful here. This has to be mounted securely into the studs in your wall. This isn't a project to guess on. If you're not 100% sure what you're doing, hire a pro. It has to be able to hold the weight. When it comes to what these things are made of, you're usually looking at a choice between solid wood and engineered wood. Solid wood, well, it's the premium option. It's going to cost more upfront, for sure, but a piece like that can last a lifetime. On the other hand, engineered wood can be a fantastic, budget-friendly choice. When it's made well, it's really stable and gives you amazing value. Just try to avoid the super cheap stuff. All right, now for what might be the most important part, and it's where I see people make mistakes all the time, getting the size right. Because even the most beautiful stand in the world is going to look weird if the proportions are all wrong. What we're aiming for here is visual balance. You know that feeling when something just looks off? A stand that's too small makes a big TV look super wobbly and top-heavy, and one that's way too big just swallows the TV whole and dominates the room. We're looking for that just right feeling. And you know what? There's a really simple rule to get this right every single time. Your console should be at least as wide as your TV, but ideally, you want it to be a few inches wider on both sides. This chart gives you a great starting point. See? It just gives the whole setup a really stable, professional look. So a great TV stand isn't just a platform for your screen. It's a hard-working piece of furniture. It has to be able to handle all of our modern gadgets. So we really have to think about what's going inside the stand, not just what's sitting on top of it. I want you to think of this as your personal quality checklist. Seriously, good cable management is what separates a clean look from a chaotic mess of wires. And ventilation, that's not a suggestion. It's a must. Your game consoles and receivers generate a ton of heat, and they need to breathe. Then you have little details like drawers that open smoothly that just show you a piece is built to last. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about what not to do. I really want to help you dodge the most common and honestly the most frustrating mistakes people make when they buy this stuff. Getting this right can save you a lot of headaches later on. We've already talked about a few of these, but they are so important. Don't forget to check the weight capacity. Some of these huge new screens can weigh close to 100 pounds. And please, please, measure your doorways and hallways before you buy. Trust me, you do not want to be the person who buys a beautiful piece of furniture that you can't actually get into the room. It happens more than you think. So here's the bottom line. I know it's really tempting to just find the cheapest option and call it a day. But try to think of it this way. A really well-made piece of furniture isn't just an expense, it's an investment. It's an investment in how your home looks, how it functions, and it will last so much longer. And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. Your entertainment center is often the focal point of your main living space. It's more than just a thing to hold your TV. It's a piece of furniture that says something about your style. So, what story do you want yours to tell?